Hello, fifth graders. Welcome to lesson 9.1, Three-Dimensional Shapes. Let's get started. Today's objective is I can identify and classify 3D shapes by naming them by their base shapes with 100% accuracy in multiple attempts. Please pause to type the I can and by statement into your digital math notebook now. All right, friends, when we talk about three-dimensional shapes, we're talking about shapes that have a length and a width and a height. They're not just flat things that we draw on paper. And the way that we can determine what type of three-dimensional shape a shape is by looking at its faces, edges, and vertices. A face of a three-dimensional shape is one side. So if we look at this cube, if I color in one face, it would look like this. Now, if you think of a dice that you would roll, you could get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because there are 6 faces on a dice. The edges are where the points connect in a line, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And a vertex is where the points connect in a corner, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 8 vertices. Our next shape is a rectangular pyramid. The base face of a rectangular pyramid is a square. So if we look at the square side, you can see that there is one base, and then it has all these faces on the side that are triangles. There are 4 triangles that go around the outside, plus the square on the bottom gives us 5 faces. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 edges, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices. Our next shape is a cone, and a cone is a little bit funny because its base shape is a circle. It has 2 faces because it has the circle as well as the triangle that wraps around the outside. Its edges are just where that circle connects to the bottom of the triangle, so it has one edge. And it only has one vertice up at the top. And our next shape here is a triangular prism. A triangular prism, you can see, has a triangle on the top and a triangle on the bottom. So it has 1, 2 base faces. But then it also has squares that go around the outside, like this. It's a little bit tricky to see. So it has 3 triangles around the outside, plus the top and the bottom make 5. Its edges are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And its vertexes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do some more together. All right, guys, we're back in your digital math notebook with some more three-dimensional shapes. Make sure that you're typing in as we go through these shapes together. Our next shape here is a sphere. A sphere is a circle made three-dimensional, like a ball. Now, a sphere is a little bit funny because it contains a circle, and a circle is not a polygon, kind of like when we talked about that cone. So when we look at the number of faces, a sphere only has one big curved face, but it doesn't have any edges or any vertices because it doesn't have any corners or any edges. Now, a cylinder also has a circle, but it has 2 circles where we can find base shapes, the top and the bottom. So it has a circle on the top and the bottom, kind of like a sphere that's been stretched out a cylinder is like a can of soda or a can of soup. So a cylinder has a top and a bottom and one big curved face. So that means it has 3. When we look at its edges, the only places it has edges is at the top and at the bottom. But it has no vertices because it has no corners. Our next shape is another type of prism. But instead of a cube, you can see this one's kind of stretched out. It's a rectangular prism. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces, just like a cube. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 edges, just like a sphere. And its vertices, just like a sphere again, are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now our last shape has the base shape of a triangle, but it doesn't have 2 base shapes. It only has 1. It has a triangle on the bottom, but not a triangle on the top. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4 faces. It has, let's draw its edges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 edges. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. Great job so far, 5th graders. If you need to pause to finish your notes in your digital math notebook, do that now. All right, friends. For our lesson activity, we're going to be grouping these shapes into 2 categories, prisms and pyramids. Prisms have 2 faces on the top and the bottom that connect. They are flat shapes. Pyramids, however, come together in one point. It has a base, and then all of the points come together in a cone shape. So let's go through these shapes and decide whether they are a prism or a pyramid. So when we're looking for prisms, we want to look for shapes that have a top and a bottom instead of just one top where they all meet. So I know that this number here is a prism. This one here is a prism. This is a prism. And this is a prism because they all have flat tops and bottoms. The next things I notice is that all of these shapes come to one single point. That makes them pyramids. So my prisms are circled in blue, and my pyramids, I've circled the point on the top. Your lesson practice to do on your own is to, in your digital math notebook, name these shapes. You have boxes to type in of whether they are a prism or a pyramid. Great job so far, 5th graders. Make sure you complete your exit slip to show your teacher your understanding. In a cone,